Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome to the Astragon stage here at a very hot and a very busy gamescom. With me today I've got Stefan.
Hello.
Who is the original
Jason.
developer for Railroads Online. We're going to show you some exciting upcoming updates that are coming to the game. And at the end of the presentation we're going to do some giveaways as well. You're welcome to sit down and relax. Let's sit down ourselves,
Yeah,
shall we?
sure. Let's take a seat.
So, before we start, we've got a couple of videos planned.
Right,
but before we start, tell me about yourself, Stefan, and how you started
sure.
Railroads Online.
Yeah, right, thank you. So, yeah, I was basically, since my childhood, interested in trains, and especially steam trains, steam locomotives. And that basically, yeah, this stuck with me through all my adulthood. I was actually then studying mechanical engineering, but on the sideline I was also interested in 3D animation, 3D modeling, and then those nice, basically free software kits came out from Unreal or Unity, and you could really start, when I started playing around with that. And basically then in 2021 I quit my daytime job. And then I fully engaged myself in Railroads Online.
Was you still a single developer at this stage?
Yeah, we already had met a few guys. So along the way, you obviously meet people who are also interested in the same things. And yeah, now we have a team of modelers, texturers. We do research and all of that stuff. And we really all share the same passion for Railroads Online.
There is something about this era that is very. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It basically is at the turn of the 19th to the 20th century.
Yeah, it's a good era.
Yeah, right. That's the basically steam era. You have the steam engine being invented, and you have all these cool steam locomotives in that era, and it really changed a lot. For the entire world.
I love the Montezuma personally. It's a good loco.
Yeah, the Montezuma. Yeah, it's a smaller engine, but yeah, it's really cool. So we basically focused on that because we already really enjoy this period.
Yeah.
And yeah, the game is based in this time period. It's located in the western USA, where we had a lot of narrow gauge railroads there.
Yeah.
And it's really a very unique, I would say, theme.
It is.
Yeah.
I love it. The first time I came across Railroads Online was sitting right here last year with Vladdy. I'd never played it before, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's really hit a certain niche, and I think it's a really, really cool experience.
I think it's the freedom it gives you. You start with the map with just 3 little bits of track. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, right. It's really up to the player. So when you want to create a new world, you can start with those. You can actually select a starter engine and then build your entire railroad up from this point.
Well, we'll be showing some core gameplay for those that don't know much about Railroads Online, because it's coming to console, which is just fantastic
news.
That's
the great news.
Really,
We're launching on the Q4 in 2024 for PS and also Xbox, and for the PC. So I will start maybe with the video so we can take a look at it.
So this is almost a refresher or a reminder for those people that have never played it before.
Yeah, so for everybody who hasn't really played Railroads Online yet, you can see here some of the core mechanics that we have in the game. So we have a full interior for all the different locomotives. You can actually steer them from the first-person view.
Yes, you don't have to use the UI. You can literally grab hold of things.
Right, that's more for the experienced players. It's really. But you also have a driving UI. Yeah. Here we see the player just messing around with the different controls. We have here the reverser, so that's basically your direction lever, and regulator, that's basically your gas pedal, you would say. And then we start already moving. We have different controls in the cab. We can look out of the window, and that's
this view is very immersive, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really the first-person experience, like a real engineer. And you can really play this, but not only in single player, but also with up to 15 players. You can have this experience.
And that's going to be the same on console as well.
Right, on consoles we have the exact same setup. Also, we can play with 15 friends on a server. and create basically your dream railroad.
Yeah.
Here we can also drive the locomotives in a third-person view. So we have implemented a new UI this year. We have all the regulators and levers on the left. And then we also have some readouts, so how fast am I going, how much pressure do I have.
And it looks really pretty now, doesn't it? It looks a lot better. It's evolved, doesn't it?
Yeah, right. It's important. We try to make it as immersive as possible.
Do you think going to Astragon has helped bring it to life, as it were, graphically, as well as everything else that you've got going on?
Yeah, we had Astragon joining us as our publisher. Yeah. And shortly after, we also teamed up with Black Sheep Studios, who is a developer studio from Paris in France. And they also did a lot of the UI and the design. And those guys are really good, and they help us out with it and did a great job also on the UI.
And they're going to help you with the console port as well?
Yes, right. They're also doing the console part of the game. And yeah, like I said, also
snow looks really good as well.
Yeah, that's the snow effect. So you also have dynamic weather.
Yes.
You can have rain, thunderstorm, snow, and
some of the bridges are fantastic as well.
Yeah, right. They're pretty cool done. You can place them. If you want to cross a certain valley or something, you have different bridge types, different rail types. You have steel bridges you can place. You can place switches. Here we see like a wall, a stone wall you can place. So you have really all the freedom to traverse the environment and connect the different industries together. Here we see an unloading of those box cars.
Yep.
You can open the doors, then you can put out the different freights that we're carrying. Each industry requires a few different freight types.
Yes.
And the game is really about delivering those freight types to the industry.
I was going to say to you, actually, if you could describe Railroads Online to a totally new player, what's the aim of the game? What describe your game to a new player?
Yes, basically it's all about building your own railway network. We have some industries placed on the map, and the goal is really to connect all of these different industries and really set up, I would say, a transportation chain.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're playing with friends online, you can really work together in cooperative and build up your train empire. But it's all also in the first-person experience, so it's not a top-down as it's usually done in the classic settings.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really a hands-on and first-person experience to build up your
It does come alive in multiplayer. Like I say, my first experience was sitting here with Vladdy. He was slowing down, I was checking the points.
Yes.
We was unloading it, and I can only imagine that's 2 people.
Yeah, right.
Imagine with 16 would be chaos.
Yeah, you can actually assign each one a different job. So somebody's taking care of this train.
Yeah.
Other person is maybe building the track, as we see here in the video.
Yeah, I was going to say. So this is the track building element, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
And there is a puzzle to the landscape, isn't there? From getting from one place to another, you have to work out the best, most economic route to get there.
You can actually go in a straight line sometimes, but that's probably not the optimized route. So you want to keep your gradients down and really adjust your track to the terrain so that you have a good.
This is one of my favorite points as well. I love the props.
This is the props. We placed quite a lot of them in the game this year. You can really decorate the world and make it come alive.
Yeah, I love
can
that
build
part.
entire towns.
Yeah.
We have players who really decorate each place. So it's really cool. You can also do, put some wheels on the church.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But
here you can
this is all unique to you, isn't it? It's up to you what you want to create.
Right.
So that is the core gameplay. Now we're going to move over to the exciting part of the presentation.
Right. That's the exciting.
Which is all new stuff. So there's quite a lot to show here.
Right.
Not all of it is coming out at the same time. So could you tell me a little bit more about when things are expected?
Yeah, we actually can go through the features, and then I can
tell us as we go
a bit about it. Yeah, when
Perfect.
we plan. Yeah.
Okay.
So the first part that we have is the new user interface. That's a completely new and overhauled UI of the entire game.
Yeah.
We really put the focus on to make it playable with streamline it, the first part for mouse and also for keyboard, and then also make it possible with the controller, of course.
Of course, with it coming to console.
Right, yeah, it's coming to console. And here we can see the main menu. We are in the main menu, we have a nice animated screen.
Yeah.
Here we have the save games menu. It shows a lot of the information that wasn't there before, so you have a better overview.
You can see what level, how much money that particular save has got.
Right, yeah. So it's easier to actually select the save game. Yeah. Here we have a new feature. We can switch to
this
different
really
maps.
Good.
Yeah, this is the new one. We have the pre-laid maps, so for everybody who
for
doesn't
new players,
want to,
that's going to be so good. Because
it
is quite daunting as well when you go into a map and it's empty.
Right,
whereas now you can play the game.
With the pre-laid feature, everything's already connected. You can dive right in and start.
And you can still edit that, can't you?
Yes, you can of course still edit it. If you want to have it a different layout, you can adjust everything in this pre-laid map and save it as an extra. Yeah, here we have some session settings. I think a lot of already familiar with.
Yeah.
But just the entire design of it, it's really a big jump from what we had before. And our partner Black Sheep has done a tremendous job on this, so also props to them.
Because it's not easy, is it? You've got to go over the entire game and make sure.
I would argue that UI is one of the most difficult features of Unreal Engine.
Do you think some of this new interface has maybe been influenced by the fact that it is coming to console? Because it looks like a very console-related interface.
Yes, I mean it was designed with a console also in mind, but we also made sure that it's working for both, so for mouse and also for the controller. But really all the buttons work, so if you, for example, plug in the controller on the PC, it instantly works with the controller, so that's a really cool feature.
Tutorials were in a recent update, wasn't they?
Yeah, tutorial was added this year, so just for new players that we give them a little bit help at the start, really because it's quite complex, and if you go through the tutorials you learn every step. Yeah, here we can see the options menu with all the controls. You can bind every single key in there, so in case you want to change your layout on the controller or on the mouse, it's all possible.
This is very familiar, isn't it? This is what you expect. This looks very modern, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and we have some. Yeah,
there you are
more
at the top. Because you're still the main developer, aren't you?
Right. Yeah, I'm still the main developer, but I have a lot of help by a lot of other guys, so I'm not the only one, of course.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
But it's great that it's still under your influence and it's your baby, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I've been there from the start. And it's really nice to see it all come together now. It's a long journey, and here we can see starting, I think, a save. Yeah, that's right. Here's the new starter locomotive menu. You can choose between those through locomotives on every save. So that's also overhauled. And here we selected the Shay locomotive. Now we come to the new construction menu that's also completely overhauled.
Now this is quite different, isn't it?
Right, you have at the top those different
and then over on the right
selection bars. Right. And the colored square means you can choose now different variations instead of putting it in everything in the same menu. We have different water towers, so each color is represented. The engine sheds. So it's really cleaned up and tidied up to what we had before.
And it's more visual, isn't it?
Right,
you get a better idea of what you're going to lay down.
You only had a small text in the current version, and now you can really see, what it's all about.
Oh, with the signs as well.
Yeah, here are the props. We have all those different props.
Because at the moment you have to sort of place it to see what it looks like.
Yeah, right.
Whereas now you've got it
That
right
was
down.
the challenge before, and now you can already see, it's this sign or this prop. Yeah, and here we have the text, the placeable text sign. Yeah, we can place it. Yeah, just another example of the props.
It's certainly more visual, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Which I think from a console point of view, people, especially new players, will appreciate that, won't they?
Yeah, sure. It's definitely a big step forward to what we had before. We've also put them in different categories. So if some props were of the same category, we put them in the same on the same spot, so you can easily find it. Yeah, so then we come to the new buy menu. That's also a big upgrade from what we had before. You can see on the top we have separated into locomotives and also rolling stock. We have individual screenshots for every locomotive that we have in the game. The customization was put to another menu, and you can really see visually and in terms of the clean.
You can really make it your own.
Right. Yeah. That's the customization feature is already, of course, in there, but it's really cleaned up and intuitive to use. So here we can see we customized it to a different.
That's my favorite loco. For now, anyway.
Yeah, it's a nice little starter engine that we have in the game. Yeah, and then I think we go back to the other menu or the other locomotives. Here we change it, so the category is now changed. We have basically the same setup. As you can hear, it also shows you now with a nice icon, what can I carry in this car? So at first it was only a small text, but now we have the really nice icon.
Now. Yeah. Everything's become more visual and icon based.
Yes, right.
Rather than just a line of text.
Yeah, it's much easier to understand. Oh, okay, I can only maybe put cordwood straw bales in this car. The customization also works for this car here. Paint schemes, so everything in terms of features that was in there is now overhauled. Yeah, here we have a smaller update. It's the player statistics menu. It's really fancy.
So that's the P menu, isn't it?
Yeah, right. Where you can see what your level, the funds, your XP.
Yeah.
They really boosted that. Yeah, then we have our weather menu. You can finally reselect the dynamic weather. You can change the event timing. So when is the weather going to change? Time of day. Everything can be set in there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people ask to put this feature in, so we can have a random weather events. Yeah, we just go a bit through the settings here.
Yeah, things like autosave, that's there now, isn't it?
Right, yeah. And also the toggle HUD, so if you want to make a screenshot, for example. Yeah.
Now this is massive.
This is a really cool feature. That's the redo and undo feature.
Brilliant.
So for example, if you delete a locomotive or a rail or anything, and it's really, was to some part a catastrophe before because you couldn't undo it, and now you can really take as many steps backward as you want.
That's really good.
As long as you stay inside this menu.
I think current players are going to appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think new players will expect it.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win for everybody, really.
Yeah, that's right. That's definitely a feature that was missing that we added. Yeah, now we have an overhauled wiki. Yeah. We put it just a bit, in the same style as we had before, or in a new style, but reorganized it completely.
So here you can learn about everything in the game.
Yeah, right.
Without going outside
also
of the game.
Here, with the icons that you have. Yeah. So the same icons that we use in the buy menu. So it's all connected together, right? Here's some nice screenshots so you can see it, and everywhere you can see the icon. Yeah. Then we go a bit through the menus. Here are also the in-game icons that you find there. And also, locomotives, player statistics, help menu. So if you wonder which button does what, it's all explained in the wiki there. Yeah, then the big thing we were already talking about, the controller support.
How does it work with controller? What's your opinion?
Yeah, I must say I'm a bit of a keyboard and mouse, but I'm really surprised how well it works with the game. So for example, you can really sit on the couch, relax, and play with your controller there, and it's really a cool handling of it, and it works really well with the game.
Quite intuitive where everything is?
Yes, it is. It's really, no matter if you drive the trains in the new UI or in the construction menu, here we have the layout shown. It's really a cool...
Because currently on Steam it says controller not supported, doesn't it?
Right, yeah. It's officially not supported
that will get updated.
But that will change when we launch this update,
So noisy here, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's literally a live band right next to us.
Yeah, I feel like in a concert.
Love it.
But
Hopefully at home you can hear us all right.
Yeah. So here is the. Oh, I think I missed this overview. Oh yeah, that's the new camera feature.
Yes. So you can switch from one carriage to another.
Yeah, because that was really a pain. So if you wanted to align your train with the unloading platform, you can now switch through all of these.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can actually toggle the unload. So you don't have to get out, get to the car, start the unloading, get back in the train.
Yeah.
You can really start and stop the unloading here. And yeah, you can go through the entire train with it. So it's really a quality of life improvement. That's part of the updates that we want to push.
Of life,
Until the release.
And that's important to current players, isn't it? To see the game having these small but really welcome improvements.
Yeah, right. And we take a lot of input from the community, and we try actually to implement that in the game. Of course, we don't. We are a rather small team, so it takes time to do that. But we really try to add those quality of life features.
Where do you collect most of that feedback?
Yeah, most of this feedback we collected on Steam, so you can directly write any feedback, and we go regularly through all the comments and then collect them and then prioritize them.
Cool.
And also on our Discord server where we have extra section I think for feedback or player reports. Yeah, you can also start the loading process, so you don't have to actually get out and start the cranes. So it works the other way around as well. Yeah. It's getting louder and louder.
So you can move up and load without having to keep getting out of your load.
Right, yeah. You have the full control of the train, so you can accelerate, brake, go backwards if you were too far. And
but again, in multiplayer, someone can still do that. You don't need to use this system.
Right, yeah.
You can drive, so they can load.
Yeah, you can still do that, so your friend can still drive the train or adjust it, but you also have this feature where you can align everything on your own. Yeah. Yeah, got the brake applied, and then you can see the cranes are started by the push of a button, so it's very nice and easy to use.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got a really long train. You know, that's going to save a lot of time, isn't it, really?
Yeah, really. Yeah, it is. Yeah, here we can see departing and also the unload feature. And now we're back into the locomotive and we can get back and start rolling again to our destination.
Do you prefer first person or third person?
Actually, I prefer the third person because I really want to see the train. Yeah. Now we come to
the Pioneer Pack.
The Pioneer Pack, that's our DLC. That is also included for all early access players.
Yep.
It's for free for them. And here we can see the Bell's Gap, so that's a small 060 locomotive.
Yep.
It's kind of a starter engine, but I think it fits well with the Pioneer theme that we had in mind. It also comes with all these different paint schemes that we have. As usual, you can customize it. We have different smokestacks, headlights. Also, here we can see it from the interior. Then we have a new skin for our locomotive, the Montezuma. It's a used skin that we also have for the Class 125. So it's really kind of worked out and.
So this is really a thank you to people that brought it in early access.
Right, yeah.
So if you got it in early access,
yes,
you'll get this Pioneer Pack.
Yes.
If you pre-order it on console, you get the Pioneer Pack.
Yes, also for the pre-orders.
But it is also for sale separately if you just go into the 1.0.
Yeah, if you want to buy this later on, you still have the option, so you're not excluded.
We've got some interiors here as well. Yeah,
it's a very neat interior. We have cherry wood benches, so very fancy. And this is the Red Mountain Depot, so it's kind of a special depot. And it's really, really nice to see it here. Then a new feature.
Yes.
It's the in-game chat. Yes, finally.
Another highly requested feature.
Yes, this was a really hard requested feature. Here we can see Sandy and Goku having a little bit of a chat here. So our community managers.
Imagine 16 of you in there. It'd be quite busy.
Yeah, that's right. And you can type messages and for example, you can organize yourself a bit better, or if you want to
without having to use an external program like Discord.
Right.
You can just do it in game.
Right. Yeah. You can definitely just type in the text message there, and really.
Can this overlay whilst you're playing, or does it take up the full screen like that?
No, it's actually on the left side of the screen, so it's a small window. Yeah. You can see all the other controls and the other input that we have, so it doesn't occupy your entire screen, so you can still see. Yeah. And we plan actually to do an update on this. Oh yeah, we have the new map, so that's coming up next.
Yes, now this is a big announcement for you. There's a new map coming.
Yeah,
Tell us about the new map.
Yeah, so this is some more desert and canyon inspired map. Obviously it's work in progress, like all the other features that I've just shown, but it's roughly the same size as the Aurora Falls map, so we have 6 by 6 kilometers, and it's a rather flat map, so there's not a big change of elevation.
Okay.
So I think it's also suited for new players who just want to play, lay more of the easier tracks. They don't have to worry about big heights. We have
you've been very busy.
Yeah.
That is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really.
So tell us about when we can expect these updates and which updates.
Yeah, we can see if we do a dedicated update, so after the gamescom, or if we include it in the release of 1.0. We still have to check a bit with the different features. There's still a bit of VIP, so there's some take a bit more work than others, but you can definitely expect them in 1.0 at the latest.
So the new map in 1.0 as well?
Yes, that's also in 1.0. Yeah.
So you really have got a lot of work to do in the next few months.
Yeah, more or less, but it's going quite well, and we really enjoy what we're doing, and we're really proud of what we're achieving here. And we're looking forward to it, to the release, and it's very exciting for us as a team. And it's really great.
It's nice to see your game grow. I know you've got a really core audience, but it's going to be really great to get a whole new platform on board with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox.
Yeah, definitely. That's something completely new, and we're really excited. So how they play the game on Xbox and PlayStation. I know a lot of players have requested it over the last years, and we're finally able to deliver this to our community. And we feel very proud to deliver this, and we're happy about that.
Brilliant. Is there anything else you want to talk about with regards to the upcoming update?
I think we've covered all of the updates that are rather big here. So I think that pretty much concludes it for the new feature.
Shall we give away some stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Try and make some noise to drown them out. So who wants some giveaway t-shirts? We need to make some noise to cover them up.
Thank you.
Right, let's start with some t-shirts. Noise! That's it. If you make noise, you get it. We got some whistles here, but these are wooden, so be careful, all right? Just be careful.
They're quite hard,
Just be careful. Be careful.
All right. Who wants some t-shirts?
It's wooden.
Yeah.
Be careful.
All right, maybe out to the back.
I told you to be careful.
Maybe some whistle.
And the last t-shirt, noise. That's it, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Stefan.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Nice for being here.